asked Ahmad a trick question a second ago, because when we look at the bench press, everybody does it for what? Chest, upper body, right? Now, the tough thing is if we bench kind of poorly, yes, we can make it a chest exercise, okay? When we actually learn it as doing it as a strength movement and actually trying to get the most out of it, we turn it into a full body exercise. So this is the one that actually kind of, the first most torn muscle when people bench press really heavy in competitions, because there's bench press competitions, is the pec. The second one is the quads. It sounds really weird that you would pull a muscle in your leg doing the bench press, okay? So now I know, Amon's like, wait a minute, right? So we're gonna teach you today how to turn it into a full body exercise, all right? Because when we look at that anterior shoulder, right? So we looked at being able to then retract and protract our scapula, all right? So we had our serratus anterior that's gonna play into effect a little bit when we bench press. We have your pecs, which basically bring forward and rotate that humerus. But when we look at the bottom of the rib cage, start to tie in your core, right? That pec has to have a sternum that's locked in place to be able to move. So then you have to lock your core in. How do you lock your core in? You have to stabilize your hips. And once you stabilize your hips, you have to use your legs. So we're gonna basically show you how to create as much tension, right? There goes our little main theme for these main three that we've gone over the past 3 weeks, is creating tension throughout the body. All right, with our deadlift, we created tension in the core, created tension in our lats, and then in our hips. When we looked at the squat, we created tension in our back, and our core, and again in our hips. Now, with the bench press and then the shoulder press, we're gonna create tension. Wow, that's that weird. Guys, whew, too much coffee this morning, all right? So we're gonna create tension through the shoulder, through the rib cage, then tie down into our hips, right? So we're really kind of working more, compressing everything. Now the other thing you might notice today, so when we go in the warm-up, you're gonna notice some ones that kind of seem like a back exercise, all right? So the reason we have to look at that, if I have, anybody taking physics? Physics, no, Newton's third law of motion, right? An action requires an equal and opposite reaction. So if we're gonna bench press, which is the anterior shoulder, we're gonna have to make sure we keep our posterior shoulder locked in and tight, okay? So you might actually feel your back cramp up when we do this exercise if you do it kind of optimally, all right? So the big thing we have to account for here when we look at the bench press, like I said, shoulder. So we're gonna go through just 3 exercises like we've been doing, just as a way to open up your shoulder. We're gonna do 1 hip exercise. It's really gonna be, I give it a funky name. Some people give it a really long name, and I like the shortened version because you'll never forget it once I tell you the name of it. All right, but we're gonna do 2 shoulder exercises, one for the front of your shoulder and really more for the rotation that you get. You're gonna get another one more for movement of your shoulder blade, and then you're gonna get 1 for your hip. So the first one we're gonna do is for that rotation. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna stick 2 thumbs up. We may have done this one before, I can't remember. We did this, no? Okay, great. You're gonna take 2 thumbs up, you're gonna reach 1 all the way up as far as you can. You're gonna try to keep your hips locked forward. Once you get to this position, you're gonna turn that thumb all the way behind you and bring as close as you can all the way back. All right, that thumb just so you kind of know and you can rotate through that shoulder. So you're going all the way up, rotate it all the way down, bring it all the way back, hips stay locked forward. You're just gonna do 8 on each arm. It shouldn't be this. You'll see some people do this, it's not a softball pitch. Control all the way up until you can't anymore. Rotate, reach back, bring it back up to 3. All right? The hip one is called I call it a Russian baby maker. I don't really know where that name came from. It's just how I learned it. You can also call it a squat to hamstring stretch, but you're just gonna get into a squat stance. You're gonna point your toes forward in this one. And you might have to bend your knees just to get to your toes, but you're just gonna grab your toes. You're gonna pull your butt down and bring your chest up as high as you can, shoulders back into this weird little like gorilla position. And then you're just gonna reach your hips all the way back up to straight legs, pull yourself back down, big chest, reaching back up. Okay, you're gonna do 8 of those. The last one you're gonna do, the baseball player's gonna hate you with this one. All right, you're gonna go all the way down to the floor. You got any swimmers in here? No, no swimmers? I know you guys don't have a swim team, but, and nobody swam. Okay, well it's gonna be kind of like a butterfly. So you're gonna face down, you're gonna pick your shoulders up, shoulder blades back, you're gonna go all the way out. You're gonna reach all the way up as high as you can behind your shoulder blades. You're gonna reach all the way back out and set your hands back down. That's 1. You're gonna do 8 of those. So you're gonna go 8 of the shoulder rotations, then you're gonna do 8 of the Russian baby makers, and then you're gonna do 8 of the swimmers. All right, I'm not going here and then bringing it under. It's not a breaststroke. Think about flapping your wings. You're all the way out, reaching all the way up, reaching all the way back, and down. Okay? Go through each one once, go back through 2 more times. Okay, so 3 times total for everything. Got questions? Anybody need to see any of those 3 again? No? All of them? Okay. First one, reaching all the way up, rotating that shoulder all the way around. Second one, reaching for the toes, pulling yourself all the way into that squat, chest up as high as you can, bring it back up, and then that swimmer that we did last there at the end. Okay?